Not sure how this one is gonna go because this is the first time that I actually decide that I'll put a visual podcast and it will be available on YouTube. For everyone that is listening on Apple, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your love. I appreciate you. You guys have been amazing. You've been giving me the push that I actually need to actually be on the grind to keep on pushing. I know that a lot of people are gonna be seeing my face for the first time on YouTube, and it's probably gonna be different because they're gonna now put the head to the name, which is Blom, right? And yeah, hopefully things go well. Hopefully they do. I hope they do. Welcome to everyone that is new to the podcast. Welcome back to everyone that is a returning listener. You guys are amazing. You're super dope, and I'm actually proud of you, all of you, actually. And actually, I don't mean this in like some cloud chasing way, but I'm actually like proud. This is like one thing that I have that I'm actually proud of. Like I actually keep on checking on my podcast every day because for me it's like a precious baby that I actually have to keep on growing every day. But thank you so much, man. There's a couple of topics that we have to address for today. There's a lot, really. I'll go into detail. I'll actually go into detail. For today, I decided that since this is a visual podcast as well as an audio, crisp audio, I'll make sure that I actually go into like deeper details for every topic. So the first topic that we have Thuli Phongolo, who actually, at first she actually went there, pressed charges against the DJ Maphorisa for assault, right? And then she dropped those charges. You probably have heard the story. It's one that's buzzing around. And they had a fight basically at a gig, right? And the stories around is that it all comes to a phone. It's always the phone. When couples fight, it's always the phone. Also, I thought that Thuli and Maphorisa are not together because we had the whole issue of like JazziQ, and then DJ Maphorisa and a lot of stuff that was going on. I was like, maybe they were not together anymore, but I'm surprised that they're still together. But the story is just they're actually like together. I don't follow a lot of celebrities that much. I don't know, for some reason I feel like one day I'll get to like meet them in person, but it's actually for me it was something that is a shocker because I really had thought that they were not together, but they're together. I guess people can always vibe behind closed doors up until like now we realize that there's drama, and then the drama actually reveals that they actually are dating. So it's crazy, but assault it's deep, it's extreme. A lot of people are actually wondering what's gonna happen now. Are people gonna be listening to Maphorisa, or is he officially on the page of being cancelled? As he had all this this drama with MacG and everything, and so people are thinking but also I think I watched the podcast, MacG's podcast, and I feel like in somewhere inside there, like inside him, there's actually that victory lap that says, finally, we have Maphorisa at a position whereby he has to tell his story, his side of the story. I don't know, man. I actually feel like, for some reason, it feels like it wasn't like a sympathetic question of whether it's gonna get cancelled, but it was more of like, oh, we got you, man. Now you're in a position whereby we can finally have that interview with you. But Thuli actually dropped the case, the assault charges, and now it's actually like putting people into a position whereby they have to ask themselves, what is it legit? Was there any beating that took place, anything like that? But for some cases like this, man, I always say that it's always good to actually think of it that like it happened, but love made the person to actually like drop the charges, because we're trying to avoid a situation whereby now we're questioning too much to a point that people are actually like scared to come forth and actually be there and report such things, domestic violence and stuff like that. I'm aware that a lot of people are gonna say that, but in some cases people wrongfully accuse others, but it's actually like I don't know, for me I feel like it's best to avoid trouble than to ignore it. Like it's always best like to actually avoid it than to ignore it. I don't know if it makes sense, but I'm saying like every time such cases pop up, we need to pursue them to the fullest, and find out what really happened before we can pass a judgment to it, but we need not discourage people from like coming out and actually pressing charges. Like, so every time someone presses charges, we should always like be there, follow it through, see what is happening, and then then get to decide with the evidence and everything like that. Once everything is laid on the table, then we get to decide. We're trying to also avoid the fact whereby now we have people wrongfully accused, and we're also trying to avoid the fact whereby now we have people being scared to come forth because they think people are gonna start questioning whether they actually were ill-treated or something like that. Sometimes people are actually like scared to come forward because they think okay, they're never gonna believe me, or they think the person is super popular, super strong, super there out there in the public, that whatever I say will not matter in as much as what the person what the other person will say. So I'm trying to avoid all of those things from actually happening. So I'm saying, man, if you have your questions now that you're making and trying to put Thuli in a position whereby she feel some type of way about her, the only way, or the only reason she could feel bad about herself is if she knows that it's not true. But if she says it's true, and I'm sure like if it happened at a gig, they're actually like witnesses and stuff like that, then it happened. Is it wrong that she pressed charges? I don't know, man. Is it wrong that she dropped them? I don't know. It depends on her and what she's thinking. As long as she's safe, that's all that matters. Another person that actually dropped charges was Emtee's wife, Nicole. As she is actually pregnant with Emtee's baby, and we are definitely going to be expecting an album soon. This is we know Avery had an album, Logan had an album. We'll have a new one. I don't know what it's gonna be called, but it's coming out, But I don't know, man. It's giving, I don't know, toxic vibes, Now I'm wondering, are they, because people love each other to the point whereby, I don't know, they just are some way abusive to each other, but yeah, she knows best why she dropped them. I hope, I guess, the reason behind it could be that they have a whole family that's gonna get affected, and they probably have been together for a long while now, that it's not easy to actually picture themselves away from each other. It happens. It's something that is happening around the whole world. We see cases like this whereby people are scared to leave people who treat them in some way because they feel like life just becomes different without them. It makes perfect sense. But if Emtee actually did lay his hands on her, then it's wrong. And I hope that he gets to stop. I hope this is some shocker, like something that will just move him to a point whereby he thinks maybe it's not right to do it. If he did it, I put that if out there because I don't know their story. I don't know. I'm not there to witness what they're doing. Behind closed doors, I know them from the spotlight. I know Emtee from his music. Heck, I don't even follow people like that. Like, I just take their product. Like, for Emtee, his product is music. I love his music every day. I listen to it. But to be there behind him all the time, I don't know what happens. But I sure hope that he's not beating his wife, the mother of his children, because it's not just disrespecting the wife, it's also disrespecting the people that birthed her, as well as the kids. If you're beating the mom, it also means that you're beating the kids. If you hate the mom, then you hate the product as well, so you're hating the kids as well. So I really hope that if it's actually true that he did, I hope that he comes to his senses. But if it's not true, I don't know, then it could be the other way around. If it is the other way around, I hope Nicole too will get to change. But it's pretty much premature for us to then say that she lied, because a lot of people are coming out and saying that, oh, perhaps it didn't happen in the first place, perhaps she was just trying to get some traction and everything like that, perhaps she just she just made stuff up. It's not true, man. It's not true. There's always a story behind something. We just need to figure out what the story is, And I have to say that, it's not good to discourage women, because, women, in as much as we men, feel like, okay, now this thing is being used against us a lot. At least we do have muscles, but women don't have. Think about that one, woman that is literally getting assaulted every day, and she can't retaliate because she doesn't even have the muscles to do that. So It's crazy. I'm not saying I'm condoning, false accusations, but I'm saying that, we always must see a story till the end, and also I'll discourage women that are actually getting assaulted to be in a position whereby they devalue themselves to a point whereby they can lay charges and then drop those charges, immediately, because you're putting yourself in a situation whereby people can't help you anymore, because they'll be like, you've done it before, you're doing it again, what's different now, and stuff like that. They just make sure that you don't do it, especially if you're in trouble. Like, be sure about your decisions, be sure, because I know even it's not even about the fans anymore, and them believing you. It's also about the police. Like, if they know that you're always coming up and reporting something and then dropping the charges immediately, they're probably not going to take your case serious the next time. And no matter how severe it is right now, you could be dialing 911 right now, and people won't pick your call, or they'll pick your call and they'll be like, oh, it's you, and then they will not come in as immediately as they could. So just make sure that you don't ruin your credibility trying to teach people a lesson. Because I was watching again the podcast and chill, and I realized that the fact checker and the likes of all of the people that were there having the conversation were saying that it's okay to actually like teach someone a lesson through that, but don't joke about that, because once people like push you away and think and normalize what you're doing, you'll reach a point whereby you'll need them. Like, you really need them to be there to help you at that point of time, and they can't help you because they think you're just joking. So you need to be really careful. It's a very thin line. It's a very, very thin line that you don't want to cross. Wodumo, also has a video that has been trending, whereby DJ Tira was accepting the awards, the latest Metro FM awards, whereby his song actually beat MacG. I don't know his song, I hope to know it, but it's not even shade. Like, it's not even shade. I was so shocked. So my first thinking when I saw the video, I was thinking, oh, maybe probably she thought maybe MacG was more deserving, but she looks more sad than anything else. And I hope that if she's because she once came out and said that she uses alcohol to tone down the depression that she has, I really hope that she's not depressed. Like, for real, because at the end of the day, it could be beyond just me thinking that it's all about the songs and everything like that. We could be having a serious problem whereby we need to take care of our babes Wodumo, because she's all ours after all. She's our artist. She's a talent that has been brought out from here, and we have to support her at all times. And so it's not okay. I know I did it as well from the first glance, but it's not okay to always go with the sudden thing that comes out. It's always like that. We actually have like an upward thinking of what we think is an explanation to something. I always say, like, let's also try to explore more possible explanation that could actually be key and playing a big role, a huge role that will actually like sidelining and stuff like that. So I really hope that she's okay. DJ Dia had actually gave her a shout out, that to actually acknowledge her presence on stage, but she didn't react at all. She was just like watching the sideways. She wasn't even facing the sideways, and it's crazy, it's sad to see someone that sad. And I really hope that if she is going through something, she will find the help, and she can come out to talk about it if it's something that we can help with. But if it's something that will only because I know fans they will make sure that they drag you with that thing, and they'll actually like press more, and it's crazy. And another one that just came off the top of my head, I was watching TikTok the other day, and I was seeing the burial side of AKA, whereby now they came with the awards, the 4 awards that Carol received on her behalf, on behalf of the Legacy, with Lynn Forbes. And someone was pointing out how at first, like, immediately after the burial, they were seeing a road behind the grave, but now there's no road behind the grave. So people are thinking maybe the public, that was deemed private funeral was actually like a misleading funeral. I don't know if there is anything like that, and that the actual burial place of AK could not be the same or might not be where he was buried. I thought that was crazy. I thought that was eye opening. I guess I don't know, as eye opening as the breakdown of AKA. I think the song that's all about anxiety, right? It's a breakdown of also of Beyonce and stuff like that. People have a lot of conspiracy theories that they have on TikTok and anything like that. If you watch it, go ahead and you'll see a lot of stuff. They could be mind opening and stuff like that. But I actually like was shocked to see that people actually paid attention to details. Like they saw a road from the first one. Why isn't there a road in this one? So yeah, could be that he was moved to a different location. If, as we know, there was this couple that actually went there and took pictures next to the grave. So maybe they thought, man, it's high time we actually move him to another place. I don't know. Maybe it just moved them, the fact that people were randomly coming and taking pictures next to his grave, and so which is justifiably okay if they want to move him to the next place, because for some reason they believe that's not the right thing to do. I don't know whether it's not right or it's wrong, or it's right, but I feel like a fan is a fan, man. If a fan likes you, they like you. They'll be a die-hard fan, or even dead. For me, it's actually like even more touching if you see people still remembering you even if when you're dead and stuff like that. It means like they really genuinely loved you, and you're not just someone that they can easily like discard from their brains and forget about. And also another thing that people were actually arguing about was the fact that why was Nadia Nakai not part of the family when receiving the awards on behalf of AKA. And some were saying because they were technically not married, so she's probably not family. I think she is family. What I've gotten from Lynn is that once you're involved with her sons, you are set. You are just now the Forbes, part of the Forbes and stuff like that. Perhaps she has her own reasons why she didn't do it, but also other people were actually like encouraging her and applauding her and saying that she did the right thing because she understood that that moment specifically was for the Forbes family, and it wasn't about her and stuff like that. I don't know, a lot of people are saying a lot of stuff on the internet. If you read the internet, you find out a lot, and we did read the internet lately, and we found pictures of Thando splashed everywhere. Thando from TikTok. For me, I'm sad because when I look at Thando, for those that don't know which Thando I'm talking about, I'm speaking about the Thando that's called It's Thando, the Thando that's dating or was or is an ex of Sasha Domnikov, and stuff like that. I can't say I feel disappointed, because people do a lot of stuff in their own spare time. If we could actually like go through your content and stuff like that, or your phone, we'd realize that you also are getting into a lot of things that are actually different. But I feel sad because when I looked at her, I saw so much potential, and she's still gonna have that potential. The reason why I'm saying I saw is, and using a past tense, is because now people are gonna immediately downgrade her to someone that just randomly has pictures of her body on the internet. So now if you speak about Thando, the first thing that's gonna come to other people's heads, it's not gonna be how creative she is, but it's probably gonna be how much they think, oh well, you once had a picture of you leaked on the internet. And I feel that's very unfair, especially because she's still young and she has a lot of growing to do, and she's probably gonna deliver. She is definitely set out to deliver a lot. I believe that she will deliver a lot. I have so much faith in her and Sasha, and for me I feel like the people that came together for a specific reason. I actually was planning to do a reaction video, because I also do reaction videos to their relationship, and actually break it down how much they can be of great force if they're together, like if they continue together. But it would have to be a decision by Sasha, whereby he would say, I'm gonna understand that Thando is still going through some growing and teenagehood and stuff like that. Because for me, like it or not, I think Sasha is more like, he thinks of more like a mature person. So I think like he has what it takes to actually wait for Thando to actually like be a good, like to realize her potential and stuff like that, and then align her the way she behaves and how she is. I feel like Sasha can do that, but he will just like need someone to actually like let him know that they are actually destined to create something very great together. So my point is, I get, people were excited to see all those pictures and stuff like that, but I'm sad because I feel like, now people are gonna, always judge her according to that and not according to how creative she is and how, often influencer she's destined to be. I don't know if, a lot of brands are gonna, distance, but probably not, because they have a whole huge, following. But I hope, it won't eat her up, because at the end of the day, these people, they can be, you can be strong and stuff like that, and lash, and post the pictures of the person that actually like leaked your pictures and stuff like that. But I know, it will get to a point whereby now you're all on your own in your corner and you're thinking, oh man, life just sucks and stuff like that. I hope she doesn't reach to that point, because I still want to see a lot of her coming out, just like we saw Mr. JazziQ coming out and speaking about his restaurant. He actually opened a restaurant and he was showing basically what he's planning, the furniture and stuff like that. I think the kitchen is nearly done. He was showing the bathrooms and stuff. He was also showing the different stages that are going to be there, upstairs and downstairs. For some reason, as I was watching that video, I'm super proud of Mr. JazziQ. I just want to put it out there. He's doing a great thing. With entertainment, you can only be you can only be entertaining to a specific point. But I also feel like it's too soon to show a place while it's still empty, right? I feel like then people are gonna come at you and jinx it. Like, some people are gonna block your moves and stuff like that. I always am someone that believes in like moving silently until you're done, like, so that people, when you're done, people can't actually like try to actually like stop your moves, your directions, and the way you're going and stuff like that. That is my 2 cents. I just feel like it was too soon to actually like show the place, but I'm actually like super proud that he is actually thinking business and not just thinking only entertainment, because you can only be entertaining for your season. When the season is gone, you are in trouble. So it's good that he's actually like not playing with that money. It's okay to buy all these luxurious stuff and luxurious things, but as long as you remember that at the end of the day, you can only be entertaining. You can only entertain people, towards how much they can actually like keep on liking you. That's the sad part about entertainment, I guess. That's why you get to see these shows of I blew it, and stuff like that. People misuse their money and then afterwards they're just pointless. They're just like shocked at what's happening. But also Focalistic also opened his new headquarters for his record label 18 Era Music, and definitely congratulations to both of them, Mr. JazziQ and Focalistic. It's beautiful to see entertainers thinking as business people. Of course, we saw it from Cassper in the beginning. So yeah, I have to congratulate my black brothers for making such good movements. Speaking of good movements, Uncle Waffles has been, ever since the beginning of her career, been making good marketing movements, because she has not only been exported out there to a lot of different people from different countries and different worlds. She also just lately, the latest cosign she got was from Beyonce on her tour. So definitely congratulations to Uncle Waffles, otherwise Lungelihle Swane. We wish to see her grow and grow and grow into the person who she's destined to be. Open mic is in hot water, as Makhadzi has come out to say that she did not have much knowledge of her contract. She was performing, she was releasing music, she was getting streams, she was dancing her ass off. God knows she did dance her ass off. Like, Makhadzi is one of the people that bring a lot of energy to her performances. She really comes there. Like, if you bring her and say perform, she really will perform. But she said she's been doing all of those things and she didn't know how she's supposed to get paid. So she basically doesn't know the contract. So she feels like she definitely thinks, or I don't know what they both have to put out there as evidence, but her side of the story is that she is getting manipulated. She was getting manipulated because she didn't even get the royalties to her music, and stuff like that. And so yeah, it's sad because Makhadzi is a really big artist, and we know what she has done, what she has accomplished. As I go to YouTube right now, it's probably gonna be difficult to find a song by Makhadzi that has less than 1 million views. And sure, a lot of artists from open mic also have million views, but for Makhadzi, man, it's not like the million views that we only get on the internet, but we also get to hear her getting played everywhere. Heck, even at 1 a.m, even at 4 a.m, we hear our neighbor busting the music. Makhadzi, we don't understand what she says in her songs, but we've all listened to her songs, especially Phongolo. I don't know what it means, but I love it. Especially DJ, I don't know what it means, but I love it. So I think she is a great talent. And open mic, if this is what they did, they need to reconsider the way that they move. They don't want to end up like Ambitious Entertainment, whereby all artists are actually like leaving. So please, like, correct your ways and stuff like that. But I also because I recognize the thing or the role that open mic plays to the artists that they have, in terms of marketing. For some reason, they're actually good at marketing. They actually get out there and they get played like a lot. Same thing as Ambitious. We know that they also did have that thing. So my chat is, I hope that this is not the downfall of Makhadzi, and I hope she's going to have a good production team with her, a good marketing team with her, that is not gonna bring her her brand down. Because we see artists getting out of labels, whereby they were just getting a whooping of like million streams, and then they come out, they get 100k, and then they vanish from the surface. I hope that's not gonna happen with Makhadzi. I'm also not trying to actually like demotivate people, but I'm saying that if you leave a label, whatever, even if it's your job, whatever, this can also apply to you. Always make sure that you have a clear plan. You can test with 1 or 2 songs, put them out there, that are produced by people that are out of the label, the people that you're gonna work with, and actually see whether it's gonna bang. The reason why people like Black Diamond never experienced that going down is because they were producing their own songs, and so they were really good. The only thing that they needed was marketing, and it's really difficult to struggle with marketing if you're really good in your sound and your music, and just you are a pure talent. So maybe that's why they never experienced any turbulences and stuff like that. But for people whereby the production was playing the most part, it's gonna be really difficult to actually like find your feet. I know Makhadzi is really like a good talent. She's really like a good and amazing artist and vocalist, but her band too is actually good. Her production is actually good. So I'm saying, man, I hope she has those people ready to actually like produce that music for her, so that she can keep on making a lot. A lot of people are uploading Prince KB for taking a deal that was really bad. I think they were taking around 50% or more than 50%, I'm not sure, of her royalties and stuff like that, in his label. But he took that deal because he knew that he at least was getting something to eat. There was at least something that he was gonna get, and he took that money, put it into business, because he knew that it wasn't the best for him, but he could use it at that point. Which is why a lot of people are asking themselves, why should they work when they just want to be rich? You need the money to actually start, stuff like that. So I hope that Makhadzi had been putting something aside, and it would be sad to lose a star like Makhadzi from the music industry. We want to see her, we want to see a lot of music coming out, we want to see her pushing a lot of songs and stuff like that. We have Rema and Ice Spice. They have a new track that is set to be played in the new movie of Spiderman. Congratulations to them. Also congratulations to Loyiso, who actually had his song also playing on All American. When I saw the episode, I never thought that it would be a South African artist. But shout out to Loyiso, man. Congratulations. Those are great moves. Those are great movements. We're really proud, really super proud of what he is doing, of how he's moving in the industry. We also have upcoming albums this year. Artists that are gonna be dropping this year. We have, as you know, A-Reece came out to say that he will be dropping Paradise 2 in an interview with King Omar, which made me respect King Omar, man. King Omar, I don't know how he gets close to these artists, because you know the one song that gets played, the one video that gets played a lot these days, especially after Ricky passed, it was like Catch You on the Other Side, right, with King Omar. And so for some reason King Omar is undoubtedly legendary, and he has a way to actually like get close to this artist. But we're excited to get Paradise 2 by A-Reece. Hopefully it will drop this time around. And we have Cassper Nyovest dropping an album too this year. He said that his album is getting mixed on in Los Angeles to ensure that he brings out quality, which I feel like was a dump in some way to to the producers and all these people that are working in the music industry in South Africa. Because if you're saying that I'm gonna go out there to actually make sure that my music is world class, it means you're saying that there's no world class inside the country. But at the end of the day, man, good music, that's all we want, and anything like that, So yeah, definitely we are expecting an album from Cassper Nyovest, as well as we will be expecting a new album from Nasty C, set out to be dropped, I think, end of May. If not end of May, it's gonna have to be June. So you're gonna have to be on the lookout. It will have PMB Rock, and so we hope, because as we know, he has passed away, and you actually struggle with getting that sign off, to actually say that okay, you can have this feature on your album, you have this different splits on the song and stuff like that. So I hope that he will get that sign off. As we know, he has struggled before with getting a sign off from Burna Boy. I hope that it's not going to be the same case right now and stuff like that. And Burna Boy wasn't even dead, he was alive, but I don't know why he did that, and stuff like that. I also forgot to mention that Cassper has said that in his album he's going to have Maglera and he's going to have Mash Beats. I want to see how that combination is going to come out and stuff like that. 25K is also set to drop a new album, so be on the lookout. Flvme has also said that he'll drop the best album in the hip-hop industry ever, and before saying that he's going to then leave the country, because he is not getting a lot of support from the artists around, from the fans and stuff like that, basically mostly from the fans and stuff like that. He's saying that you guys can't actually like understand his his genre and his artistry and his art, right? So yeah, those are the people that will be dropping this year in the hip-hop industry, so definitely be on the lookout, and stuff like that. I don't know whether Kelvin Moma and Kabza have dropped, but I'm yet to find out, and stuff like that. Sadly, we will end this episode with a sad story, whereby Lekau has been saying that his ex-lover is coming for his assets, or she's actually like coming for 50% of Drip, of the business that as we know Lekau from Drip, right? I hope it's not true, and if it's true, I hope he has lawyers ready and to protect his assets, and I don't know, may the most fair take place, because we don't know, maybe the woman was also there, these pillow talks, business plans and stuff like that. Maybe she was there and she was the one giving out the ideas. We don't know. We'll find out once the stories come out. But yeah, it's been said. What's the story around is that the cow's ex-lover wants 50%. It's also to alert the gents out there. Rather hustle on your own before you find a girlfriend if you're not gonna be willing to split, because get this, how much net worth she finds you with, especially if you marry her. From there, whatever you accumulate, the person will have half of that, right? So it's good that you don't let her build you or build your stuff. if you're not gonna be happy with splitting your stuff afterwards, build yourself, my nigga, my brother. Support yourself and acquire that wealth by your own so that you will have 100% of it. Otherwise, if you wanna save yourself, do like what Ashraf Hakimi did. Put like 50 or put like everything into your mom's account. But also, like, before I forget, there's one story that has been coming out lately that Pitso might come back to Kaizer Chiefs. After Kaizer Chiefs lost to Orlando Pirates, they definitely do need Pitso Mosimane. So we'll see if that happens, but hopefully it will. We will see what happens. But Al Ahly is set to actually like part ways. Not the Al Ahly from Egypt, but the one from Saudi Arabia. So yeah, sad stories, but I guess good stories for Kaizer Chiefs. We'll see how the story unfolds. Thank you so much to everyone that has watched up until this end. Thank you so much for everyone that has been seeing this podcast as a visual podcast for the first time. Thank you so much to everyone that is a listener, because I really appreciate you guys. You guys have been busting up, like you've been bumping the numbers like across Apple, across Spotify. You guys are doing an amazing job. We're getting great reviews from you guys. We're getting great ratings from you guys. We've been getting those 5-star ratings, and so it's beautiful to actually like be getting all of those stuff. And I would just like to encourage you guys to actually like keep on doing that, and don't ever feel like there's too much reviews or ratings and stuff like that. Oh, there's too little rating for you to actually put your input. No, be always free to always put your input. This is your podcast. This is your chill hangout spot, and I would love to see most of you every day, tuning in all the times. We are dropping every weekend, just making sure that we are never like missing any upload day, and we never will miss any upload day. Thank you so much to all of you guys. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. Make sure that you always remember that you're an amazing person, you're a dope person. If anyone ever tries to make you feel otherwise, just let them know that I said that you're an amazing person, you're a great person, and I'll see you in the next one.